So my co-anchor Gareth Edwards is in Hammanskraal, north of Pretoria. Thank you again, Gareth. I mean, we're getting a broader picture of the extent of the problem in Hammanskraal, hearing from residents on the ground in terms of their fears and also disappointment in the city of Tshwane. Just to give us a sense of what more can be done, or what are the promises coming from the city of Tshwane?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Hammanskraal. One of the big promises coming out late last week was an incredible amount of money, hundreds of billions of rand required to repair, essentially, back to its working order, the Rooiwal wastewater treatment works. Now, that's about 25 minutes south of where we are. So we're in Hammanskraal. So if you're heading back to Pretoria, it's about 25 minutes away from where we are at the moment. We actually have one of our camera positions there at the moment as well. And it's going to take an awful amount of money to undo, Cindy, what has been not only a decade-long problem. Some in the area that we've heard from, and residents we've spoken to as well, are saying that this has been going as far back as 30 years. There's always been some sort of water issue of some kind. It hasn't necessarily been as bad as this with this outbreak, but we've seen protests about a lack of water. Water quality has been poor over the years, but I think, as some experts are saying, this is the straw, the proverbial straw that has broken the camel's back. There are leaks everywhere when it comes to the finances of this and how it's going to be managed. To answer your question of what is the plan, it seems right now to throw more money at the problem. The question is, where does that money come from? We heard from the Tshwane Mayor, Cilia Brink, saying that if they were to try and repair and throw all the money they had as a city at Rooiwal, it would be the equal of the capital budget for the city. So that's not the way to go. So then what is the way to go? One of those is 150 million rand a year for the next 3 years, just to repair and try and do upgrades to Rooiwal as well. Now, you're probably wondering why we keep talking about Rooiwal and Temba waterworks treatment plants. Let me just orientate you very, very quickly, because I also want to show you the quality of water we found this morning. So what you've got is you've got Rooiwal wastewater treatment works, as I said, some 25 minutes south of us. Now, that is where they deal with the final effluent quality. That water then goes into the Arpies River. That then flows into the Hammanskraal Dam. The wastewater treatment works is then sent down to here. That water then comes to what is the Temba water treatment plant behind me here. So the two work in conjunction with each other. From this Temba water treatment plant, it's then distributed after being treated as well. So the two are connected. The problem that I'm picking up seems to be at Rooiwal. It's the quality of water being sent downstream, if you will, to where I'm standing at the moment. What I'm going to do very quickly, we thought we'd try a little experiment. I'm going to ask my producer, Gloria, just to come in very, very quickly. What I'm going to have is one bottle of water we bought from down the road and one bottle of water we asked the resident to give us. So let's start first of all. Let me get my microphone out the way. The blue bottle, that is what you would buy at a local garage or a local shop. You can see how much clearer that is. I understand it's in a blue bottle, but we're all used to this kind of blue bottled water, aren't we? All right, now what we're going to do, this is from one of the houses across the road from us. Now, if you take a look, it's obviously clear. But if I can take a look at it through the lights that we have here with us, there is a fair amount of particles in here. Now, the problem is, Cindy, we've got two issues. One is the water color and the smell. The other, what is inside this water. So even though it might look clear, it looks like there could be a problem with this water here in Hammanskraal. And as we've been hearing from the residents, they have no choice but to drink this. But this is relatively clear. But I opened it earlier. It does have a slight algae chlorine smell to it. Anyone who owns a swimming pool knows if you haven't cleaned it for a few days, it does give off a bit of a stench. So it's not, I wouldn't say it's putrid, but it's definitely got an algae chlorine sort of smell to it. I certainly wouldn't drink this at all. And this is from one of the houses just across the road. Not much discoloration, really, if I'm honest, but I've got a couple of things floating around, and I definitely don't think this is drinkable water. But as we heard earlier, Cindy, as I come back to you, this is the only kind of water that residents have in the area because, as you pointed out, the water tankers that were circulating in the area have been cut down. So when you have no water at all, this doesn't look like a bad option. But the problem is this is what could be so very, very dangerous.
Gareth, thank you so much. And really, it gives us a clearer sense of what the communities and residents of Hammanskraal are going through because, as you're saying, they don't have much of a choice. The only thing that is disposable to them is the poor quality of water. But thank you for that update. We'll come back to you in a bit.